Hi there, I'm Keith. I'm a volunteer tech instructor at Bridgeville Library. Today we're going to talk about learning to code. Two questions I always get asked about coding is, isn't it hard to learn? And what would I use coding for? So in the next few minutes, maybe I'll answer some of those questions for you. So if you've never done any coding before, I recommend learning with code.org. It's a nice animated way to learn coding concepts without doing too much work. All we're doing is moving blocks around the screen. We've had people younger than 10 years old learning how to do it this way. So we have a map over here, or what we're trying to accomplish in visual form over here. We have instructions up here. We have a run button over here, and we move our blocks around the screen. So they start off with just 2 blocks there, and our instructions is drag an extra move forward block out of the toolbox to finish your code. So we got the angry bird, and he's trying to get to the pig, and he's facing the right direction. So he would have to move 1 from here to here, 1, 2, 3 to get to the pig. We only have 2 move forward blocks there. So all we have to do is we drag another one in here, and you see how they just kind of click together. If they're not close enough, they don't click, but you just get close and they just snap together. And when you think you have it right, you hit the run button and you get some nice audibles. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to skip ahead a little bit and show you one of the other things that we can do with code.org. So this one we're doing BB-8, Star Wars theme coding. And we got BB-8 here, and this is the scrap, and he's trying to pick up the scrap metal. So they show us we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So they're showing us they got 5 move blocks there. But our instructions are different this time. It says to get all the scrap metal, try to create a loop that uses only 1 block inside of the repeat block. So one of the fundamentals of coding is the loop, one of the concepts, one of the basic concepts. So this is a repeat loop. It's going to do whatever's inside here, the number of times that we put up here. So all we have to do is bring 1 move forward over there, and it's going to run this, and it's going to go around 5 times and move forward. So let's see how that works out. Yay, we did it. So congratulations. So that's just a taste of how easy it is to learn the code. You learned about commands, and you learned about loops all in a matter of a minute or two. So using the blocks is a great way to learn, but eventually you're going to move past those and you'll have to get into text-based coding. So one of the text-based codes that are out there is Python, and we also have resources at the library to learn that as well. So one of the questions was, what do we use it for? Well, sometimes maybe you have in your science or your physics class, you got a question about moving an object, forces and gravity, and you learn about the formulas you need to do that, to answer that. And maybe at the end, your teacher gives you an assignment. Well, tell me what force I need to get a basketball into a basketball hoop if I'm standing in a certain position. So, you could probably write it on paper and write it out and do it and see if it goes through use your equation to see if it goes through the loop. And if it does, you're good. If not, you might have to try again, and keep doing it over and over again. What did we just say about loops in a computer? Well, they can do all that for us. So we can write out some code that does our equation for us, and we can run a loop. So what we're doing here, this code, instead of having a repeat loop, we use 4 launch speed and range, and then we go from 6 to 15. So we're running 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, we can see which one works the best. So we can run this code and see what happens. And it's a nice visual thing. The ball shows, oh, I didn't hit it hard enough. I'm not pushing it hard enough. I'm not pushing it hard enough. Then we push it hard enough, and you can see down here that it's speed 10 or launch speed 10, it worked. And it's launch speed 11, it worked. But then when we go to 12, it went too hard. So you got this nice visual of, which ones worked and which ones went in the basket and which ones didn't. And once you get comfortable with Python coding, you could probably write that in 10, 15 minutes, and you could run it for all different kinds of angles and everything, and change it the way you wanted to, and have a nice graphic of what you're doing. Guaranteed to get you a good grade in school, and probably impress your teacher as well. What else can we do with coding? So you probably have heard something about AI, or artificial intelligence. So you can actually, we working on other people's shoulders. With Python, you can import these modules or libraries that other people have developed that we can use in our code, and they do whatever they happen to be. And there's hundreds and hundreds of different libraries that can come in that you can get. And one of them is the CV computer vision library that I've been playing with myself a little bit recently. And this is the code for it. And so we can run that, and you can see a little bit of artificial intelligence where it can figure out what you're doing. So now it's putting a video of me on the screen, but it's running it through the Python software. So it can detect a face. So we got this, we can mark this checkbox, and as I move my face around, it moves. It can also detect a whole body pose. Now I don't have my whole body on screen, but it can detect part of it. And you can see if I have my legs and everything, if I stand back a little bit, you would see that. Same thing we can do with our hands. We can bring up our hands, and it automatically gets all your digits and all your knuckles on the fingers, that you could take that and use those points to maybe do something with the code. It's up to you. You're the programmer, so you get to choose what to do with that data that you have. But we got the mesh. This is kind of just cool. It's actually marking 400 spots along the face, and it pulls out all 400 spots. And over here, you can see I just kind of put a color for each one of them, and kind of cool. I'm not sure, what the application is for that, but it's kind of cool that you got that. So, anyhow, I hope this has answered what you could use coding for, and hope to see you at our tech showcase in February. Thanks for listening.